Hi everyone, welcome to Dawn Till Dusk Tarot. Today's reading we are going to be finding out what you can expect in the week ahead, and I have 3 piles here for you today. Pile 1, Pile 2, Pile 3. I have Pile 1 represented with this little turtle charm. I have Pile 2 with this tree, and Pile 3 with this butterfly. So take as much time as you need and see which pile you are most drawn to. That will be your message for the week. And let's just get right into the video. Thank you very much for watching and subscribing down below and even giving the video a like. I hope you have a great week. Thank you. Hi Group 1, if you chose Pile 1, then this is your message for the week ahead. And we will start by laying out your cards. For tarot, we have the Moon, the Six of Swords, and the Three of Swords. For the Romance Angels, we have Love Yourself First. From the Wisdom Oracle, we have Truth Be Told. And the Sacred Destiny Oracle, we have Stillness. Okay, so looking at your tarot, I do see that there is a painful situation that may be presenting itself this week. I see that this is something that you may have had a feeling about for a while, and it's something that it might not surprise you, but it's probably going to cause you some pain. I really hate to say that, but I do see that there is something going on that maybe you do have your suspicions about in a situation, and maybe you have been wondering if you are right in being suspicious. And what the cards are showing me right now is, yes, there is something going on that will probably be painful for you, but what I will say is this has to do with a situation that you have needed to move on from for a while, and you just haven't really been maybe wanting to accept that. It's been something that this has been kind of a long time coming, I want to say, that this person, I don't see this as being the first time that they hurt you. So I think that this time that they hurt you again will be the last, because you are going to be strong enough to make a decision this time to walk away, because you'll be able to see that all of the chances that you've been giving them are being wasted. And I hate to say that, but sometimes people just really have a way of letting us down and making promises that maybe they just are not able to keep for whatever reason. Maybe they just are at a place in their life that they aren't able to really be mature enough for a relationship, or just to be honest with someone, whatever the situation, because I see the Moon card here as showing us that there is something that you are not seeing. It's something that is being kept from you on purpose by this other person, and this could be a situation that maybe you have been trying to be direct with this person and say, you know, I do feel like something is being hidden from me, so can you please just be open about it and tell me what it is, and whatever it is, we could work through together. Like, I feel that you have been suspecting something for a while, or this person has actually just hurt you in the past already, and this is really indicating to me that whatever your suspicion is, this is kind of just reinforcing the fact that it's probably true, and this person is not being honest with you about something. Here's the thing. I don't know if this situation that they're hiding from you or being dishonest about is really serious. I'm not saying that it's something that is just earth-shattering, whatever it is that they're hiding from you. But I also know that if you want to be in a mature adult relationship, or just, with somebody that shows that they care about you and you care about them, most people expect honesty from the other person. And even if the other person messes up and does something that maybe they shouldn't have, it's always better, in my opinion anyway, and I think most people would agree, it's always better to just come out and tell the truth, so that way you have the ability to decide whether or not it is something that you would be able to move past with this person, or you would have to walk away. The issue here is this person is not even giving you the option to accept what they're doing, or to walk away from it, or whatever it is that you would do with the information. You don't even have that option, because this person is keeping it hidden from you, and that is kind of a bad situation, because then you are not able to make an educated decision on whether or not this is somebody that you would still want to work on a relationship with. And I see the Six of Swords showing up here because you you're going to be faced with a decision, is what I see. And the decision is going to be not whether or not you can look past what the person actually did that they're hiding from you, because I think that you have probably reached a point with this person by now that it doesn't matter how big or small the situation is or what they did to you. You're sick of being lied to and having things hidden from you, and that's totally understandable. So like I said, I don't know for sure if the situation, you would have to make that decision for yourself if what the person actually did would be bad enough for you to just walk away, or if it would be something that you would want to work on. But I really see that the bigger decision here is just a matter of if you want to stay with someone that would continue to lie to you or to hide things from you, and not just be honest about what they're doing or what they're feeling or whatever the situation is. That's going to be the decision that you're faced with, is leaving behind this situation that this person is kind of just refusing to be honest with you. No matter how much you just ask for that honesty, they are not giving that to you up to this point, and you're going to have to decide if that's something that you want to continue to put up with or not. That's going to be a decision, I think, for you this week, is if you're willing to do that. And then we see this card that says, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Now, really, I'm just going to focus on this message right here at the top. Love yourself first. Because that message is so important. It is so so many people need to apply this to their lives, because if more people could just love themselves, they would understand that they have so much value and that they deserve so much love and a relationship that makes them feel good and fulfilled and loved, as opposed to just trying to find somebody that they may feel that they're settling for, whether or not they want to admit that. And I see that you need to love yourself enough to decide that lying is not something that anybody has to put up with. And if you just love yourself enough to know what you deserve from a partner, you will be able to see that being lied to and being deceived and having things hidden from you, you deserve more than that. And if you take the focus off of what this other person might be doing or what they might be lying to you about, or I feel like there's been a lot of focus on you trying to figure out what they're doing, what they're talking about, like what it is they could be hiding from you or lying about. I feel like there's been a lot of focus from you on this other person, and this is asking you to just get back into yourself. I'm not asking you to be selfish, but this is saying to you, love yourself enough to know that you deserve everything that you're looking for from a partner, and you don't have to settle. You don't have to put up with treatment that makes you feel less than good, because that is what a relationship is in our life to do, is to make it better. It's to make us happy. It's to have somebody to rely on and to look forward to seeing. And if this person is causing you pain, and if they have already caused you pain, and it seems that they're going to continue, if that is what you kind of conclude from this situation, you need to love yourself enough and know your worth enough to know when it is time to move on to something better. Because we see here with the Six of Swords, he is getting away from this wavy, rocky situation, and he's moving towards this very still, calm water. So if you feel that walking away from this person would be to move on to not having anything, or if you feel like you're just kind of attached to this person and you don't know what you will do without them, that's where that self-love comes in. And that's where you just have to know that you are worth so much more than being hurt and not fulfilled by your partner, that something better will come along. And that is what is supposed to happen for you. So in you walking away from this situation, it's not to be alone. It's not to be lonely. It's not to lose out on something, because from where I'm seeing this, walking away from this person could very well open you up to so many opportunities that are better for you, where somebody's going to treat you with the respect and the honesty that you deserve. So, truth be told, this card is really about telling the truth to yourself. It's about getting out of denial and accepting the hard truths that we are faced with. So I think this card is just extremely appropriate for this situation, because it's about accepting the fact that this person, the first thing that I believe that you should accept is how deserving you are of love, and just what you're worth, because it's a lot. So if you can accept that first, so that you have the strength to accept that this person is not being honest with you, they're not, it's not fair to you, And that is something that I believe that it's a lot easier to stay in denial of something like that, because then we don't have to accept that somebody that we care about hurt us. We don't have to accept that this person would be capable of hiding things from us and lying to us. Like I said, these can be hard truths. It's not maybe things that we want to accept, but this is just asking us to try to step out of that place of denial and just even start to accept that these things are happening. I'm not asking you to walk away from the situation tomorrow if you don't feel comfortable with that. But even if you can just begin to accept what you are worth and what this person is doing to you, and see if those things line up. See if you can honestly say, here's what I'm really looking for out of a relationship. Here's what I know I deserve, because here's what I'm willing to give to the person that I'm with. And see if that lines up with what this person is able to and what they want to give to you. And it might be difficult, but it is something that you do need to really take a look at so that you can be happy. That's what these cards are asking. It's just for you to be strong enough to go out and strive for more and strive for something that is actually going to make you happy. So we have the Stillness card. And this is really about checking in with yourself. It can be about meditation, but it's really about going within yourself and listening to your inner voice. Because as I said at the beginning of the reading, I think that the things that this person is, the things that they're doing to you, they're things that you kind of already have an idea that they're happening. Like I said, I believe that this person has hurt you. This isn't the first time. I believe that they have hurt you before and they continue to hurt you. So if you can just really listen to that little voice that tells you that maybe this isn't the best situation for you, instead of pushing it down and denying it, like we were just talking about, trying to accept the fact that maybe this situation isn't right for you, and that's okay. Because as I said, when you listen to this inner voice and you allow yourself to go within and accept these things, you're going to move out of this rocky water that just turns you upside down and just messes with you. You're going towards this calm water, which that is signifying a better situation for you and something that you deserve, not something that you just feel that you maybe are settling for, because you don't need to settle. If you love yourself enough to admit that there's no reason that you should settle, you are very much good enough to be happy and fulfilled with a relationship. That is not too much to ask. That is what everyone should expect out of a relationship, is the respect and the honesty that you deserve, because I believe that you would be willing to give that to your partner. You should be able to expect that from your partner as well. So like I said, this week you may be faced with some hard truths, but you're going to get through it, and I believe that you're going to love yourself enough to see what it is that you need to do, and that there are much better things definitely coming your way. So I really hope that this offered you some clarity on a situation, and if it did, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe down below and give this video a like if you would. And thank you very much for watching. Hi Group 2, if you chose Pile 2, then this is your message for the week ahead. And we are just going to start by laying out your cards here. So for Tarot, we have the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Hierophant. From the Romance Angels, we have Healing Family Issues. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, we have Love, And the wisdom oracle, we have the fates. Okay, so I see here that you have been extremely kind of dealing with some things that are making you question a lot about yourself. So there may be situations coming up in your life that are causing you to wonder if the things that you have always believed about the world around you and just kind of your values and things like that, the things that are happening are making you question what you've always believed and causing you to kind of go within yourself and really just explore yourself a lot as far as how you look at things, and you've just been wondering if there are other perspectives that you could be seeing the world from. So maybe this is happening because you have met someone new that is opening you up to new ideas about the world, or just what you actually believe, your faith, any number of things that you believe. I see that you are starting to figure out things about yourself and the world around you that are causing you to rethink the way that you've always looked at things. And that's why the Queen of Swords is showing up, because this is about being more decisive when it comes to what we allow in our lives. So maybe you grew up in a family that believed very strongly, they had certain ideals that they believed, and that's how you grew up, and that's what you were kind of taught to think, or that's how you were taught to see the world, or like I said, it could have to do with your faith or things like that. So now that you're meeting new people and maybe stepping out of that, you're opening up to these new ideas that maybe you were just never presented with before. And there are things that are making sense to you that maybe don't line up with like what you originally believed. So it's making you question what it is exactly that you've been believing this whole time, and how it might not be 100% just black and white, that you were right and everybody else was wrong, or vice versa, because really the world is not black and white. It's very, a lot of people have a lot of different belief systems, and nobody can say who exactly is right or wrong, but it is a good mindset to have, to be open to other beliefs. Whether or not you just accept everything to be true that you hear, you can at least acknowledge that the possibility exists of you being right, or other people being right, or both of you being right. You know what I mean? Like, I just really think that you're stepping into this place of being a lot more accepting of other people's ideas. And that's also why the Hierophant is showing up, because the Hierophant is a card about values and traditions. And I see that this is kind of what your life was built on here, is very strong beliefs in one certain direction that, as I said, maybe you are starting to open up to other things that are not exactly lining up perfectly with what you've always believed. And I really do see this as other ways of thinking coming into your life from other people. So whether this is you met a new friend that is causing you to question, maybe they have a different outlook on the world than you do, and normally you would just cut that person out, or maybe you would even go so far as to argue with them your point. But I think that if this person is coming into your life and they're actually making sense and bringing these new ideas to you that sound like they could be something that you would agree with, but they wouldn't line up with what you originally thought, I think it's really just causing you to question a lot about yourself and the world and what you've always believed. And that's a good thing, because I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a strong set of values and morals and beliefs, but as I said earlier, it's also good to be open to other people, because you never know who you're going to meet and what information they're going to bring to you that could open you up to new ideas and new opportunities. And I see that's why the Knight of Wands is coming in here, because the Knight of Wands is a passionate energy and it's very quick. So like I said, this could very well be another person bringing these ideas to you. And I think that you are going to start to explore these ideas in such a way that you do a lot of research and you do a lot of exploring these new ideas, because it's going to be something that's exciting to you to think that maybe there's a whole way of looking at the world that you never saw before. And I do see that this is going to be a positive experience for you, because you're going to be very passionate about this exploring yourself and exploring the possibilities of new ideas. So I do see that this week you are going to be opening up to something new, and like I said, it could be based on what somebody else is, the information they're providing you with. Okay, so healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So this could indicate that this person that is bringing you these new ideas is someone that you may have romantic interest in, or they are interested in you in a romantic way. And this would be a partner that normally you would, if you realized that they had a different belief system than you do, you might cut them out, or just kind of think okay, well, obviously this relationship won't work because you think this and I think this, and that could just never be. We'll never agree on that. But I really see that the interest that you have in this person and the interest that you have in this new information that they're bringing you is actually going to open you up to this person, as opposed to close you off from this person, because you're going to want to learn more about this person and what it is that they're offering you and the information that they're sharing with you. And I think that the belief system that you've always held probably comes from your parents or your caregivers, because that's where a lot of us get our information from. If we're raised in a specific religion or belief system, we tend to carry that with us into our adult lives. As we mature, we kind of stick with that same belief system because it's how we were raised. But as I said, don't as you're exploring yourself and these beliefs that you've always held, try not to get too caught up on, if you find that you have had too strict of a hold on these beliefs and you haven't really been open to other things, don't blame the people that shared these beliefs with you and kind of taught you to think this way, because this is just showing you that it's not anyone's fault that you have had such a strong belief system. Like, it's not that someone was trying to control you or stunt your growth as far as branching out to different beliefs. So don't get too caught up in any type of blame or worrying too much about who is sharing the information with you. It's more just about, now you are free to make your own decision as to what you believe and what you open yourself up to. And so just focus more on that in the current moment. What now you have the capability to open yourself up to more diverse beliefs and, values and things like that. So we have the Love card, and this is really just about self-love more than anything. So I think this is asking you too that we covered not holding a grudge or being upset with the people that originally shared these beliefs with us and taught us that it was the right way to think. But we also need to focus on loving ourselves through the process of opening up to new things, because you also don't want to start to blame yourself for being maybe more closed-minded than you would have liked to have been. So really, as you're exploring these new ideas and branching out, remember to love yourself and just care for that part of yourself that may want to, like I said, either blame yourself or feel guilty for the way that you have thought and the way that you have lived your life up to this point. This is just asking you to be very gentle with yourself through this process and love yourself enough to know that no matter what has happened up to this point, you can always make the future better for yourself. And as long as you care for yourself and love yourself through it, it's all going to be okay. Like, you don't have to sit there and dwell on the past. You can just really look to the current moment to see that now you have the power to think and feel exactly how you want to. And here we have the Fates card, and this is about kind of accepting the past and knowing that it doesn't have to have an influence on your future. So accept what has happened in your life and accept what has happened up to this point in your, the decisions that you've made and the way that you've lived your life up to now. The only thing that you can do now is accept that that's how it has been, but be open to the future being different and probably a lot broader, probably a lot if you're opening yourself up to these new ideas, you'll have more opportunities because you won't be limiting yourself to maybe what you were taught that caused you to kind of close off to certain things. Now you'll be more open to those things, and you'll be able to just branch out from what you would normally be involved with. So I understand that this message is pretty specific to a group of people that everyone can stand to branch out their thinking and be open to new ideas. But this reading here is definitely very specific for people that have grown up in a situation that they were kind of taught to believe that the world only works in one way. Here's how it is, and anything that goes against that is probably wrong. And this is a message for those people that is just showing them that there is more to life than the way that you have been looking at it. And this is the universe just asking you to open up to that and just be ready for new ideas and new opportunities that might be different than what you expected, but they're going to be good, and they're going to open up a lot of new things for you. So I really hope that this offered you some clarity, and if it did, I would appreciate if you would subscribe down below and give the video a like too. And thank you very much for watching. Hi Group 3, if you chose Pile 3, then this is your message for the week ahead. And we will start by laying out your cards. So for Tarot, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Death card. For the Romance Angels, we have Reconciliation, the Sacred Destiny Oracle, Going Forward, and the Wisdom Oracle, Unfinished Symphony. Okay, so I see a lot of cards that maybe look a little scary, but I don't see it as that as far as what's actually going to happen, and I would like to explain that. So don't get too worried right off the bat, because I do see not just the bleak look that we have here so far, so let me explain that a little bit. Okay, so we'll start with the Tower, because this is, it looks like a card of just very not happy energy, let's just say that. But a lot of times a Tower moment is something that happens that was very much meant to happen. The universe is in control of a Tower moment, because it's something that happens that we don't really see coming, and that we wouldn't really ever wish for it to happen, but it's something that has to happen for our own good. So that's why the Tower card isn't exactly just this horrible thing that it looks to be, because a lot of times it leads us to a better situation. So this week, I see that there's probably going to be a Tower moment for you, but it's going to be something that happens that it's definitely going to lead you to a better situation and a new energy. It's an ending to an old cycle that needs to end. It's not something that's going to happen that's going to end something good. It's definitely putting an end to an old cycle to allow room for a new, fresh cycle to begin. So it is a good thing. And I see that since it's showing up with the Death card, that is just reaffirming the fact that there will be a new energy brought to the situation. And I really see this as having to do with a relationship that has been probably going down a path that seems unhealthy or bad. So maybe this is a relationship with somebody that lately you have just been arguing a lot with, or there has been a lot of back and forth between the two of you, and it's just seeming to kind of go downhill. So when that Tower moment happens, maybe it is going to be so far as a breakup or just a separation of two people that care about each other. This could be a friendship or a romantic relationship. But either way, that Tower moment is going to be something that happens that's big enough to cause the two of you to separate, but I also see the possibility and the probability, actually, that it will bring a new energy to this same relationship. So I'm not saying that when this relationship comes to an end, a new person is going to come in. I actually see this as a rebirth of this relationship that you've had, because I think that all it's going to take for the two of you to see that you really only want to be with each other is the two of you not being together. As strange as that sounds, I think that if the two of you take this break that's going to happen, that's going to be this tower moment, I think you're both going to realize that that's not really what you want. Even if you've been thinking it's what you want and you think that you want the relationship to end, either of you or both of you think that, I think that the separation is actually going to offer you some clarity that even though it seemed like that would be the best thing for the two of you, you don't want to be apart. So this is going to force the two of you to find a way to be together and be healthy together, because you know now that you don't want to be apart after this tower moment. So you're going to have to find a way to make it work together. And I'm not saying to force it, because as I said, the tower moment is very much guided by the universe. It's supposed to happen. So I'm not saying that either of you will have to force being back together or wanting to be back together. You both will want to. But it's just going to be a matter of the two of you realizing that you don't want to be without each other. So you're going to work together to make it so that you can be together. So I see that that's where this Eight of Pentacles is coming in, because this is a card about hard work and being dedicated to something. And I see that this is going to renew this kind of zest for the relationship. So it's definitely this moment of the two of you being apart and realizing that that is not what either of you want. You're going to bring in this fresh energy back to the relationship when the two of you come back together, and be a lot more willing to work on the things that maybe both of you have been kind of stubborn about and not wanting to work on as much. This is going to make it so that you both have the passion to work on the relationship again and to actually do what it takes to make each other happy. So this is actually, like I said, it might look bad here, but when you really look at what's going to happen, this tower moment is going to be what rekindles that relationship. So we see reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Like I said, there will be a separation, but this past is going to obviously be a very recent past, because this is the same person that this tower moment happens with, and the reconciliation is going to happen as well. As the two of you separate, you're also going to come back together, and it's going to make the relationship even stronger than it was the first time, because you're going to realize again what you're fighting for with this person. You won't be fighting against this person anymore. The arguments and the turmoil that has been going on in the relationship, that passion will turn to being about making the relationship work, as opposed to being at odds with each other. So we have going forward, and this is a card about really just being not distracted by the current circumstances. So if this reading is kind of throwing you off a little bit as far as this relationship not seeming like what you want anymore, because like I said, there's probably been some arguing happening. There's probably been some not happiness with this situation. So if you're seeing this as, how will the two of you end up back together? These cards are asking you to trust that when this tower moment happens, it's going to offer you a lot of clarity, and not to be distracted and not to get caught up in the current circumstances that seem to be not possible to get past. So this is just about keeping your eye on the end goal, as well as being, in the moment. I'm not asking you to just look into the future, because nobody's able to do that, but kind of just keep in the back of your head that no matter what happens this week, and if there is a big fight and there is a separation, don't let that stop you from seeing this possibility of a future with this person. And we have the Unfinished Symphony card as well, and this is just about healing past hurts. So this could be an indication that when you are separated from this person, when this happens and the separation occurs, and you have time with yourself away from this person, any resentment that you may have been holding on to for this person that has caused these arguments, it's something that you really need to look at and kind of clear up with yourself. So maybe it'll just be a matter of realizing that what you've been holding on to, and this resentment and this not being very forgiving of what this person has done to you, that has caused the relationship to become not as happy as it could be. And the other person may have things to deal with too, in ways that maybe you have hurt them, that they need to take a step back. But the two of you are going to do this in this separation, because since we see that there is this rebirth of this relationship and this new energy being brought into it, I see that the two of you both are going to be able to look and see that this relationship is worth a lot more than any of this hurt or pain that you have caused each other, because people that love each other cause each other pain, whether it be on purpose or on accident. It's a reality that the people that we care about are going to cause us pain, and we will probably cause them pain as well. Sometimes not on purpose, like I said, but it's going to happen. So I think you're both going to look at this situation and see that, yes, the natural things that happen throughout a relationship that cause the other person pain or just maybe upset them, those things have happened, but it's not worth throwing away this entire relationship, because you both still do care about each other a lot. And in that separation and looking at the relationship and seeing maybe all the things that have happened, it's not worth throwing everything away. That's what's going to bring the two of you back together and be stronger than even you were before, and be very much willing to work on it together. So that is what I see for you this week, and I hope that this offered you some clarity. And if it did, I would appreciate if you would subscribe down below and give the video a like as well. And thank you very much for watching.